Wakadinali have been the talk of town lately after their performance at OctobaFest, and I know by now you have all seen this video.
Ila kitu chako napenda blow me kisses whichever distance ataka ni mbali nitaenda akona mbaya na wazambona Lakeside woman.
So this is how some of the BNN members reacted to that video. What the hell is going on with these people? Hawaski aibu jameni. Ni kama waliniachia aibu yao wakaenda stage because I'm really embarrassed for them. Hawana aibu kabisa. Is this real? They are always drunk. Now the performance ya Wakadinali at OctobaFest has had a number of highlights. The first highlight is the one that you've just seen where Munga hana sauti. The other highlight is when they decided to bring their whole gang to the stage. Then Munga decided to invent his own dance style, and again Munga decided to kick a bottle while on stage. So people have been speaking about this, and a number of people shared their views on Wakadinali's performance at OctobaFest. Mwalimu Rachel decided to offer some constructive criticism.
Up to. So I can imagine wakiwaona kwa stage, wanaweza fikiria this is what cool looks like. Them sound like this and being high like a kite is what is marketable, is what makes them be talked about. It's giving them that clout that they need. But this is very short-lived. The same people who are gassing them up and telling them that they're the coolest, mambo ya fight the system and everything, and it's up to them with their ideology. I don't agree with them, but that's for them. And the same people who spit you out very, very fast. And they have a very short time span for them to either turn things around ama wasaulike.
While on the other hand, DJ 212 decided to defend Wakadinali by saying the problem is thinking art has to follow a certain formula or trajectory. Art has no boundaries or form. Let them be unapologetically them. They are pushing boundaries you corporate folks never knew existed. Good show. I vibed and will always vibe with Wakadinali. So I feel like so much has already been said, so that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I want us to talk about is their podcast. Yes, Wakadinali actually have a podcast on YouTube that goes by the name Real, Raw and Rare. So far they have uploaded 5 videos and have garnered a total of 10,000 subscribers. Now when I first saw that Wakadinali wameanzisha a podcast, I was like, yo, I have to check this out. And I immediately went there and clicked on the first episode and was met with this amazing introduction.
In the real, raw and rare. Wrong brand in the real, raw and rare. In the real, raw and rare.
Real, raw and rare.
But then after the introduction was met with this.
Nani analeta mandom bana?
Haifai kuvutwa sana.
Si wewe unaweka chini.
Acha hizo rola.
Mimi navutanga tu ngwai. Mimi navutanga tu shada, sivutangi sana.
Kuja hapa na sitafadhali kama ukayapa
kikingi wataanza kikingi.
So I decided to, you know what, it's Wakadinali, let me keep watching. And when I kept watching, I realized that he podcast haina mtaratara. Like it's just like they decided to call the camera guy and tell them washa the camera as they were doing their own thing, chilling, drinking, getting high and all that. Then the conversations. Does Wakadinali know anything about turn taking? I mean, how am I as a viewer supposed to listen to 3 people talking at the same time? This one is talking, this one is standing up, dancing. Like it was so disorganized, so messy. That is how I can describe their podcast. Now if you haven't watched it, before you come and comment on this section, first go and watch their podcast, then come and tell me what you think about it, because these are my thoughts. Then I got to listen to the conversations that they were having. Now, I agree that people have their own ideologies, and everyone is free to have their own ideologies. Like Ska can have his own ideology, and I can have my own ideologies, and that is good. But I had Ska say something that made me cringe, and I feel like I just have to say this. Before watching this podcast, I used to rank Ska highly. Like, I used to rank Ska way too high. But then after watching this podcast, I just don't want to ever listen to Ska speaking again, because this is what Ska thinks.
Understand sasa nini inafanyika. Madem pia wamesoma. Dema kisha soma, ana feeling nini? I can do anything.
I have a big head.
Oh.
Now, what I understood from that is that he does not like it when Kenyan women are educated, because when a woman is educated, then that way the man will not be able to lead or something like that. That is what he was trying to put across, right? But I just want to tell you, Ska, that when you actually educate a woman, you actually empower her, the family, and generations, because she is likely to get empowered and empower her family in terms of, if she gets a job, maybe she will be able to support her family. Also, if she gets knowledge, she will be able to impact that knowledge to her children and her grandchildren, and that means that the next generations and the next generations will be empowered. I just feel sad, and I feel sad for the child of Ska, or for the children of Ska, because if this is the kind of ideologies that will be passed on to them, then I really wonder who they will grow up to be. Somebody to educate Ska on the importance of educating women, because it seems like he is still living in the 1960s. That is all I wanted to address. I would also like to tell Wakadinali, some professionalism wouldn't hurt. Like what we witnessed on the show on OctobaFest was unprofessionalism. Hata kama mnasema it's art flowing the way the artist wanted to flow, that was unprofessionalism. It's the same thing we are seeing on this podcast. It's way too disorganized. Like ukiona hata hujui inaanzia wapi inamalizia wapi. They have said that they are having a new show. Ska announced on Twitter that they will be having a wrong Rende experience coming soon. Everyone is invited, rich, poor or middle class, youths wote wa Kibera, Oyole, Runda, Umoja, Kilimani, Kasawi, Sti, Madhare, etc. Ukwe daktari, mwizi, conman, polisi, engineer, maiti, fat, thin, we don't discriminate. You are all welcomed, and this is good. We are happy for you, Wakadinali, that you're gonna have your own solo concert. I just hope that at least hapo kutakuwa na kaoda hata kama ni kiasi. I have been your girl Rael Wangari. Let me know in the comment section what you think about all that I've just said. Always keep it here on BNN, where with the biz always keep it buzzing.